Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome back to Surviving with niXcraft. My name is niXcraft. We are in episode 25 of our series today, but it's a very special one because I think we are going to tour around our world today, but also a little bonus for the 50 subscribers. Thanks again to everyone. We will be touring another one of my old worlds, a world that I believe the world needs to see. I'm saying world a lot. But anyways, let's move on with this episode and see what we've built so far. Now, I won't be going exactly in order of the episodes, but I will definitely let you guys know which episode I built which item in. But let's move on here through this portal, and we are heading to the starter base. I think it might be nighttime, so let's see. Hopefully I'm facing the right way as well. Through the portal, and yes, it is nighttime, but what a nostalgic place. This is where it all started. With the night upon us, it is a perfect time to go and check out our very first build in the first episode, which was our little starter cave home here. Just on the outside, looks like got blast furnace, some extra tools out here in the chest, and coming in the front door, just as cozy as we left it, except empty chests. We have our little gold helmet that we first used in the Nether, and we found this brewing stand on episode 1 as well. So probably head to bed and continue on. Coming out front here, we have ourselves a nice little porch area that I actually sort of built up off camera with this little campfire, but in the same first episode, we also built this little storage hut. So let's move along to the builds down here. To our right over here, we have a little cow pen and some sheep as well. And I built this up in episode 5 when we built up this enchanting cabin. And right over here we just have all the enchanting needs. Some lapis in here I think is left over. Little armor stand to keep our diamond armor on. And I think it came out really well. It's sort of connected up here with this wall that we built. And looks really nice. Moving our way down this staircase, we have our strip mine area. Now, not too much going on here. I just added some beams to make it look like this top part was supported. I'm not really going to show the staircase either because it's just cobblestone stairs, so let's head down. Down here now in our first strip mine where we started doing this in episode 2, I believe. But over here we have the cave spider spawner with this whole hallway. Now, we did this one in episode 6. And this is a long hallway leading down to the nice room though, so let's cut this out. And finally, here we are. Now it's really cool actually. The vine's kind of overgrown since we've been here last, and it makes it look super old, and it's realistic because we haven't been here in a while. So basically, we just stand here. I believe this was a Wattles design, and the cave spiders will spawn in. Probably would want like a Bane of Arthropod sword. You could take them out, and we still, have a decent amount of drops left in here. But I took a lot of that back to the new base. Finally coming up that staircase here to lead to our crop pond. This was built in episode 3. We actually did this along with our tree farm over there, which looks like it's still full of trees. So you come down this bridge and this pathway over here, and basically it's just an area to grow the one tall trees where you could have like birch or oak wood. I mostly use it for oak. And this actually came in handy. We got a lot of wood from this. And right over here is some storage and an area to grow 2x2 trees, like spruce and this dark oak one here. So this worked out very well and supplied pretty much all the wood to build up this entire area. And this is one of my favorite views right here. This is nice. Should have used that for a thumbnail. In the next episode, episode 4, we built up this flag that apparently has got some snow on top of it now. That's pretty realistic. But we also built up this little staircase. And honestly, this is one of my favorite staircases I think I've built. And the area around it is really something nice too. I mixed in some cobblestone and no andesite. I almost said andesite, but mixed in some cobblestone and some leaves. And this was a natural lava fall that was already here when we got here. But this angle right here with the tree farm and the flag, this staircase, this is one of my favorite things I've built. I know that's weird to say, but I think it is. And finally, heading up the path to wrap up the starter base, we have our Nether Portal. This is when we first entered the Nether in episode 7, and I think it's pretty cool. It's like the Nether is coming out of the portal with this netherrack on the ground. But let's head on back to the main base and maybe make a stop along the way. Here we are at our villager breeder with nice gentleman waiting for us to give him a job. He's probably going to be a farmer, I think. But we built this guy in episode 15, and basically just put down some beds, give the guys some food. I think I have some extra in here. Yes, I do. And yeah, they will end up producing babies. They will drop down into here, grow up, and then enter this chamber. So this is going to pretty much supply all the villagers that we will ever need. Probably all the villagers for an iron farm coming soon as well. Back in the Nether, we have an unfinished project here that I've actually been working on stream. You can catch that at twitch.tv/niXcraft97. But yeah, this is going to be like an ice boat hallway that we could use to quickly navigate through the Nether and get back to different areas of the overworld too. And I really like this design. I'm using some of the warp blocks because you get a ton of these from farming up the Nether trees. And the shroom lights as well. They look really nice. It's a lot of wild colors, but I think it fits in with the Nether. I'll have to fit something on the ground, and this ice actually needs to be lowered, because if I were to get out of a boat underneath these shroom lights, I would probably suffocate in that block. Hello, everybody. Back to our main base at the Mega Taiga now. We could head into our Mega Taiga house. You can catch that in episode 8. So let's head in the front door here with our trusty horse who does not have a name, and the unfortunate passing of our horse Wilbur. He has been here for a long time now. He was one of the best. So my house is nice, but currently a chest monster. I have to move a lot of this stuff into the new storage building that we built, but I'm pretty much just early game storage in here. We have our dog Paw Paw, named by my comment section. Thank you for that. And we have a nice fireplace over here, of course, with a diamond on display. A little table, a stone cutter should be there, but it's probably somewhere it shouldn't be. We come upstairs, we actually have a full enchanting room, as well as our first iron armor over here, and just, you know, various things that we could use, and my chest monster of a room once again. We have some of our nether armor here. It's a fire protection chest plate and a gold helmet. And yeah, this is where I spend a lot of my nights and try and shelter from the Mega Taiga rain. Moving our way out of the house now, we could see our bridge out front, and we built this guy in episode 11. And I said in that episode that I was not really good at building bridges, and it's still true, but this one did come out really nice, I think. I really like all the pillars going down to the bottom of the river over here, and I said it kind of reminded me of something like a train would go across, or maybe a minecart, or something like that. But moving on over here to the semi-auto crop farm. This was episode 9, and this one works pretty simply. You just kind of hit this lever here, and the pistons will release water, washes all of the drops over here, and they filter their way into a hopper, which is connected to this chest, and that's about it. We got ourselves some beetroot in here, carrots, wheat, stuff like that. You do have to plant it back yourself, which makes it semi-automatic, and I won't do that for you guys here. There we go. Now everything's replanted. This was a Waddles design, by the way. But moving on with farms, we have our cow tower here. This was, I believe, a Silent Whisper design, and if you come up here, you could hit this button, and the cows will start bobbing up there. I believe there's 10 cows, and you just spam wheat at them until all of them are fed up, and the babies will drop down into this chamber here. And when they grow up, you press this button, and sorry guys, ooh, that's really loud. But yeah, all the drops end up in the chest below. Let's go up. We'll have to bear with that noise for a bit. And yeah, we have a lot of steak. It's pretty much fueled all of my food in this world. So this farm was beautiful. That farm was built in episode 13, and just before it in episode 12, we have our strip mine unloading system. This is really cool. It goes down to our strip mine, and we have the minecart down there. We load up the chest, it comes up here, and there's a little unloading circuit that pulls all the blocks out, and, in this chest, there we go. So yeah, we have pretty much 2 double chests full of blocks, and we don't have to keep coming to the surface to unload our gatherings from our strip mine. But that is a good segue down into the strip mine, because I built up this area a lot more than at our starter base. I love the granite on the walls, gives it a nice warm feeling down here. And cobblestone track for the minecart. So let's head on down and see what else is down here. Okay, this is our little unloading station, and the minecart is there. Fill up the blocks, send it up, and we have extra storage for actually our skeleton spawner that's down there, because you get a lot of bows from these things. So think I have some, yeah, we have some armor over here, so that's just all overflow. And speaking of overflow, we have a dump chest. Throw stuff in here, and it gets burnt up in lava. So be careful with your stuff there. But coming downstairs, we have our skeleton spawner. Built this guy in episode 10, and this is a favorite room of mine here. It looks kind of like an improved dungeon. You can take a look at the spawner right through this little window, and the skellies drop down there. You guys know how it works. Drops in this chest. These are actually full. I think there's 4 strung together. I should empty that out soon. So down to the strip mine. There's nothing to see. It's a strip mine. Coming out from our strip mine now, we have a little split in the path. I think I'll take us this way on the main path, and it'll lead up to our Nether Portal. We built this guy in episode 14. Got ourselves a little fox sleeping under it, I guess. This thing came out really cool. I like the, I can't really see him from down here. There's gold blocks up there. Kind of was inspired from the new ruined portals. I kind of wanted to make it look like a new portal that's not ruined. And right next to it, sticking on that nether theme, we have our custom nether fungus tree and our nether fungus farm. This only has the warped nylium in it and not the crimson, so we can get crimson mushrooms, but we can't grow them. I still have to do some nether exploring. And we have a bunch of nether wart growing around it, so we can always brew potions, and just a little area to farm the trees if we need to. Backtracking a little bit here, we are going to take this little rougher path that goes down the side, and it'll take us over to our super smelter. I really love the outside of this place. I use some blocks I don't really use together all that often. A bunch of mixes of different tones, and I really like it. The inside, too, is really something I love. This painting fit in perfectly here, and it's very functional as well as cozy. So right here we have our pieces of chocolate, aka dark oak trapdoors, and you send your blocks down to the furnaces through this chest. Just hit the lever, and it will return up eventually when it's all empty. Down here, if we go through this little closet door, that's to supply the coal. You could send that to the furnaces. And here is the smelting room itself. I believe, yeah, we have a bunch of nether bricks in here right now. And we could use these blast furnaces for smelting ores and stuff if we gather up a lot from mining. But this area is so cool. I like the little basement vibe of it. And yeah, this is another one of my favorite builds. Got a lot of favorite builds in this world. Moving out of our super smelter, trying to ignore the storage building to our left, we have a small farming area for wool and flowers. Over here I actually have it turned off. I took the shears out of the dispensers, and our chest is just too full. I'll have to move that stuff into storage soon. But here's the flower farm, pretty simple. Just hit the lever and the dispenser is full of bone meal. Stand back and just punch the flowers. You get a whole bunch from these. We have that oop, I accidentally broke the flower in front of it. But we have the skeleton spawner, so bone meal is not a problem. Over here we have 2 tall flower variants as well. Some cactuses growing for green dye, and all the storage is right here. We built this guy in episode 17. Making our way down our newest path here and some of our new terraforming. We already saw the nether stuff over here, but just on the horizon you could see the curly tower of the librarian house. This came out really, really nice. It was one of our longest episodes too, I believe. This one will probably be longer, I guarantee it. But inside here we have, oh, hey buddy, we have our boy Mendy, who's selling us mending. Forgot his price actually. 16 emeralds, it's not too bad. And upstairs he has an Unbreaking 3 friend. There he is, whoa. Standing on the ledge there, you're really living on the edge there, buddy. Here we go, Unbreaking 3 for 23 emeralds. So these guys will sell us books, and maybe I'll put a couple more librarians in here because we have a lot of space. And they also have a good view of the sugarcane farm, which is up next. Librarian House is episode 16. Alright, this sugarcane farm is one of the best that I think I've built. It's gotten us a lot of sugarcane just outside here. We can manually harvest it with our little pergola made out of dark oak. I'm not going to do all of it for now, but on the inside is the automatic portion of the farm, and this thing works really, really well. Let's see just the chest. Yeah, we have about half a double chest full, which is way more than I expected from this. I decided to do the best that I can to fit as many sugarcane plots into one space. I think I did that pretty well here, and the build came out well for not having any windows or anything. It's kind of like a little barn for the librarians to grow the sugarcane to make their paper. We built the sugarcane farm in episode 18. Moving our way past the librarian's house, we have a sunset coming on, but perfect timing to check out a build, which is the Fletcher house. Just outside here, I did get to terraform their little lake that they have, and I just like how this build came out. It was fun. I never really used Fletchers, but it's an easy way to farm up emeralds because they will buy sticks from you. Moving on to the inside, I'm probably going to steal one of these guys' beds. Sorry for disturbing you, but they have a nice little table here to eat or whatever. Not too sure what Fletchers do, but I love the interior of this. They also have a little loft. Gotta love that. Nice loft. We built this one in episode 19. And here we are approaching the last build of the tour, the very last thing that we did in the last 2 episodes, build up the storage building. This is my favorite view of it by far. So coming up the path here, we could head inside. We already checked out the terraforming, and I haven't really gotten all of the items into their correct chests yet, but I will be working on that off camera. And we also have to get some jack-o'-lanterns underneath the carpets here to get some good lighting. But this has 80 double chests in here, which will definitely be enough storage, I think. And if you come up these ladders, oops, fell off. Anyways, coming up the ladders on this second floor, we have a little brewing station, a place to sleep, and a cartography station over there as well, plus some views up here in these towers. So this is probably one of my biggest builds that I've done in a while, definitely the biggest build in this world, and I absolutely love it. But that is going to do it for all the builds in this world so far. These were episodes 23 and 24. So happy with all the work we've done so far, but I think it is time to move on into the 50 subscribers special and into another world for a different tour. Hope you guys enjoy this one. Here we are, folks, in a brand new world. And we have ourselves an Elytra, so this is going to be probably a quicker tour, but maybe not, because this world is absolutely massive. I did share it with 2 friends of mine, and I will definitely mention them when we see their builds, because we will see some of them around. There are multiple areas to check out throughout this world, but the first one is behind me here, because I figured this would be a good place to start with the view. But I have a mob farm up there, which we will check out in a second. But here is the view of my base. There we go. It's even out of render distance. There's even more over there. So let's start by flying up to the mob farm. Okay, just making our landing here on our platform. We could see how this works. Basically, we stand on the diamond block, and things should start spawning in, and it works with water sources on top of scaffolding. Mobs will actually spawn through the scaffolding and on the block below it, so they'll just be washed off automatically right when they spawn. Some fireplaces down there to take them out, and a chest to collect it. So we will be touring through my base as well as the other members of the world here, but there are multiple districts, including mine, both my friends, and a shopping district, so we will look at all of those. But where to start with my base? Maybe we'll head over to this mountain here. This is a iron farm, a Silent Whisper design. It's got 20 villagers in it, so it produces 2 iron golems at a time. We'll swoop in here and maybe we'll get some spawning in soon. But yeah, here's our chest, and it is pretty full of iron. I do use a lot of it. There's a lot of cool farms in here. But the build around is cool. I kind of wanted to make like a mountain oasis. We've got iron blocks in here, sort of these weird pillar things, like little beacons popping out of the mountain. And I kept the bubble column. Where is it? Right here. This glass, this bubble column got all of our villagers up and in. So this thing was tough to build, but I will definitely recreate it in Surviving with niXcraft. Where to start? Where to start? I say we go over to this little desert temple build over here. See if I could swoop down. I decided to settle in a desert, and honestly wasn't one of my best decisions because I had to farm up all this grass manually with my Silk Touch shovel here. That was just one of the main issues. It was tough to get food. There's not a lot of animals around here besides rabbits, and water too. Water was scarce. But I settled in a desert temple for my first night, and basically it's just storage, a bedroom, some enchanting, and just a little platform up here. You could walk out onto it, and actually the towers, you could use those too. And it's just a staircase up and a little balcony out here to take a look at things. So this is pretty cool. Right across the path we have a couple of farms. We'll start off with the small one over here. This is a little sea pickle farm. I got this from a video. I'm not too sure where, though. I built it kind of a long time ago. I know you just kind of place a sea pickle down, and with an observer and this dispenser with some bone meal in it, it will bone meal it up to 4 pickles and give it right back to you. So every single time you plant one down, you actually get 4 back. So that's how that farm works. And moving on next door, we have a chorus fruit farm. This one looks really cool. I liked using the end blocks and this terracotta. And basically, if we come around to the back, there's a little platform where you can come up with your bow and shoot off the flowers. So they could land down there, and then you come down the staircase to the back side of the farm and hit the lever, and water will wash away all the chorus fruit. Coming around the temple, we have ourselves a sapling farm here, or a little tree farm, whatever you want to call it. Basically, you just grow a tree, chop it down, and this minecart will collect up the saplings for you. Got a decent amount in here. I wanted to start a sapling shop, so I was definitely collecting up a good amount of them. So much oak, wow. And we have our Fortune 3 hoe here to take down the leaves and get even more saplings. Now, right across the street is our storage building. This was definitely Waddles inspired, so if anyone else sees that, went with the circle design, glass dome on the ceiling, and this place is just huge. I'm not sure how it compares with the number of double chests to our new storage building, but either way, this was very, very functional, and there's the dragon's head up for display, everyone to see it. And this was another one of my favorites, but I think our new storage building takes the cake on this one. I don't actually have anything built up in the Nether in this world. I'm not sure if any of the other world members do, but coming out of our piston door here, we have a little crop growing area, I guess. This is what I had to do in the desert. Just put a little water next to the temple and grew all the crops that I could, as well as our little horse stable over here. Forgot what this horse's name is. Let me go check. Hey friend, what's your name? You still only have iron horse armor. That's a shame. Buddy. Oh yeah. Any Skizzleman fans out there, that'll be familiar to you. I do want to backtrack past the storage building for a second, actually take to the air, and over here we have a nice little farming area with a little house in the center. This is just where I wanted to fill up with a bunch of cows, because I didn't really want to make a cow farm. I just wanted to have an area with a bunch of sheep and cows where I could shear them manually, take them out manually if I need to, but as you can see, I moved on to something better than steak. And the inside of this is not really too much to see, just a little farmhouse to sleep at. I think we have a bunch of chickens in here, which is pretty typical of a farmhouse, I guess. Here's a more automatic cow farm, I guess, that I never really use. I do like how the build came out, though. It's like a little farm shed. Coming through the gates of our city wall, I decided to build sort of a small city within my base that will house some villagers and also just some farms and nice building area, because I got so far in this world I just wanted to build. But this is the farm district, and we have ourselves a little farmhouse that we like to stay in. I was kind of getting sick of living in a desert temple, so I decided to move out into a house, and here we are. Oh man, my cat is kind of in a trap door. Mr. Jinx, what are you doing here, man? But we have a nice cozy place with a porch to overlook all of the farming areas around, and of course an upstairs to sleep at. Here we go. It's kind of similar to our house in the Mega Taiga with this upstairs 2-room design in the roof, but I really like how this one came out. Might be a little bit better. Oh no. Coming out the side door of our house here with our little log chopping area to build some fires. We could head over down the path this way over to what I think is some horse stables. Oh, and we have a little pig pen over here too. I forgot about that. That's cool. So in here we have some unnamed horses, but I like how this thing came out still. They have their little stables here, but we could also just let them out and let them roam around the stables if they want. And we could exit here easily with the double fence gates. So this is pretty nice build. Nice one that I should try and recreate sometime. I tried to build a wagon. To the right of that wagon is our little alpaca farm. And I gave them these cool little, you can put the carpet on them, and I gave them red and orange. I figured that matched well in this desert. I kind of wanted to make this area like a desert oasis, sort of a farm in the desert. I figured the people living in this city have gotten to the point where they could figure out how to provide themselves food in the desert, just like I did. And just over here is an example of that, where we have different crops just kind of out here in the open to harvest. I didn't put any villagers in here yet because this is also unfinished. I do work on it a lot off camera. But moving on here, this is a great view of the bridge. Now I kind of wanted to make this like a ruined bridge. See at the end there, like the bridge broke off eventually at some point. And it's just a cool build to have the mob farm around. I figured I didn't really want it just floating up there by itself, so added something nice along it there. Coming over here, this is actually a Pixel Riffs build, so this isn't mine, but just a windmill to go around all this wheat, just a giant wheat field I thought would be cool. The interior of this is the best part, and it's almost nighttime, so it's perfect. I really like how this came out, and it stores all of our wheat for us. Makes sense, we kind of just store it up here in the windmill, so you can climb up the ladder too, get up here to the rafters of the windmill. Oh, and you can actually go up. I didn't even know that. Yeah, so this is like, oh, this is pretty cool. It's like kind of where the windmill is controlled, and just the very top of it with a little bit of a view out. So that's nice. Heading on down our path here, we could check out the next gate leading on to the next section of the city. This one came out well, and I'm going to have the same wall design going around. Like I said, this part is going to be unfinished, but we have these little towers at the end that you can't really access right now, but they'll be little view towers that'll be along this wall, going all the way around this city. But right here I have just some wool laid down of where builds might eventually be and pathways and stuff. What I'm working on is going to be a grand library. I wanted this whole section to sort of be like a building, sort of shopping district where I could just build with whatever colors I want. No real build scheme in this one. Make it sort of magical looking. And these are just some shops that you could find around the city. We will start here with the blue shop. It's like a little leather shop. You can come in here and buy clothes. And each one of them have a little different theme to them. And some of them even have a little loft upstairs to sleep in. And we can come out here to the back deck area. And this is really, really cool. I like how this came out. It's like a little merchant's deck where people are moving goods and trading and such. But let's move on to the other two shops. The brick and granite shop. I worked on these on stream and it was really, really fun, so be sure to check those out. We have a cake out here. This is obviously a bakery. Pumpkin pie over there. It's kind of like a little fridge. Some bread in an item frame, because why wouldn't you? And of course, some tables to sit at. This one has a little loft as well. And you can come up, and whoever owns this shop sleeps up here at night and goes back down to work and sell their items. So moving on through the front door, there's no path outside yet because it's all unfinished. Once again, we can go into the green shop. Now this one came out okay. I thought these colors would mix together a little bit well, but I figured this crazy color would be a little brewery shop where you could come in and buy some potions. And this one also has a loft behind the counter. Come up here, it's got a little desk where I do that little laptop thing. This doesn't really fit in the build style that we're doing in Surviving with niXcraft, but I just figured this guy may be more advanced. He's got a laptop, and of course a bed to sleep in. Back out on the dock here, we have ourselves a little Waterside Restaurant. Got some tables out here to sit by the water if you need to. Coming in the back door here, a bunch more tables on the inside, some more waterside seating over here. This will be a good view eventually once everything's built up over there. But you can come upstairs and there's actually like a little sort of a banquet area if you're having sort of multiple people in your party, I guess. I really like how this came out too. We have a little counter over here serving. There's little cups for drinks, a cutting board to chop up whatever they're serving to the customers. I really like this one. There's a golden carrot here. One of my friends in the world suggested we call this place the Golden Carrot. I like that. Coming on past the work in progress library, we have my attempt at building on an angle here. And to be honest, I really, really like how this came out. I got to attempt to do this stuff more. Now, this has 3 roof peaks, all at different heights. And to be honest, that was super hard to accomplish, but it came out well. I guess I sort of covered up the angledness with the leaves, but that's okay. The interior is really something too. I sort of made this like an armory just to store extra armor from like spawners and stuff that I have laying around. And yeah, we got armor stands everywhere with diamonds, some chainmail, a little bit of gold over here, all enchanted gold, I guess. What a flex, huh? And yeah, this interior is one of my favorites. Another great view of the bridge, but we can come over here to an exiting gate of the city back into the main base, and this is actually sort of on an angle too. I think I sort of accomplished it. Looks pretty good. We can come out here, and to our left we have what I was calling a mini mending village. We have our mending villager who seems to be stuck in a door. How you doing, sir? I don't think I have a name for him, do I? No, I don't. He's just a mending guy. Here, let me push you out. Yeah, there you go. Go back to work. But basically, this village was actually here when I first got here, along with that desert temple and that little villager house. I like that villager house, so I just kept it there. And yeah, he's got himself his own village that I just sort of remodeled, spruced it up a little bit, gave him an iron golem in here, and he should be safe. He did get zombified once, so he has mending for 1 emerald. Here you go. Here's the proof. Mending for 1 emerald. So this is my guy right here. Moving along our path, we have some more naturally spawned desert village houses right here. But one of my favorite builds of all time. This is a super smelter, but the outside of it is just so cool. I really love how this came out. Pretty simple palette that I've used before. We've got some stripped spruce. I think that's stripped spruce, or maybe dark oak. The granite bricks and terracotta, and just some sandstone mixed in. Super cool. And this super smelter is actually a beast. I think there's 18 furnaces. Yeah, I think there's 9 on each of the rows. And this thing smelts up a whole bunch. I have a bunch of pop chorus fruit from that chorus fruit farm. But yeah, this is definitely one of my favorite builds. I mean, just look at this. Awesome. That's some nether wart next to it. Not really too much to see. Keep moving through the base, take a quick left this way, and we find ourselves a little redstone testing area. I just built sort of like a little weird circuit here. You flip the lever and that piston's going forever. I don't really know. Just built something redstone-y in the middle here. And you can come over to this side, redstone engineers only, and it's just a little protective area just in case some redstone goes wrong. Over next to the testing site, fitting in with this theme over here, we have a crane. Now this is also one of my favorite things I've built in this world. I think this thing came out awesome, and maybe thinking about making like a tutorial for it, because this is a pretty good crane. Let me know in the comments if you think that would be a good idea. Anyways, this crane is actually pulling goods out of our mining area over here. This was just sort of a naturally sunken area with some caves that was naturally spawned over here, so I just decided to make it our strip mine. So we can come down these stairs. This is a long staircase, but actually over here we have ourselves a little spawner. So we can make our way down here, try and fly a little bit, but we're on stairs, so that's tough. But yeah, this is a skeleton spawner. Simple stuff. You guys have seen this before, so not much more to see. Keep moving down though is our strip mine. Well, what was a strip mine, but I did a little bit of mining off camera, as they say. And here we are. I actually found a slime chunk while we were mining. Well, it looks like we got some slime that's fallen on the ledge there. That's not good. But this thing works very well. Just some iron golems at each layer, and I have chorus fruit in here for some reason. That must have been accidentally put that in there. But yeah, tons of slime. I actually have a slime shop in the Center City shopping district. Whoa, that was tough to say. Just the shopping district. Let's go with that. Let's see if I can nail this on camera for you guys. There we go. Oh, almost. I made it to the top at least. But here we go. We can move along the path. This is a little chicken farm. I mean, I don't really use this that much, and honestly, just the eggs get caught up in these hoppers and stuff. Yeah, it's completely full. And 42 cooked chicken, so doesn't really work all that well, to be honest. We get laggy over here, the amount of chickens and eggs just spawning in. But coming over this way, we have a little bridge, and I kind of made sort of like a man-made river in here. It's got a waterfall on this end, bunch of crops and stuff around it. Leading down here, it's all terraformed, and some vines growing off the bridge. This area came out awesome. And across the bridge is a melon and pumpkin farm. Now this is the key to all my golden carrots and emeralds. This thing works so well. Definitely, I think this was a Silent Whisperer one that I built, and we just have extra storage over here, but most of it is actually in Center City, where I have a little trading hall set up. Last build to finish off the base here, we have a little fishing area. There's not much of an interior on the inside, just a little dock to fish at, and I terraformed the river a little bit, or this pond, and there's a little dock area as well, and we have our fishing rod here. I wonder what kind of enchantments there are. Let's see. Yeah, all the ones that you need, and just some mending on there would probably be good. So that's gonna do it for the base, guys. I hope you Hope you guys enjoyed this little look in what I've been doing sort of before I even started YouTube. And I built this base up with some friends, and it was a really fun time, and hopefully it gives you a little something of what our base could be in surviving with niXcraft. But moving on to the next part of this world, we need to go to the shopping district where all three of the members of this world would meet up and trade items. So let's head on out. Just a short flight away and the center city is loading in, and we could just take a look at all the different styles of building that was taking place in this area. Just three builders combining, and let's try not to hit anything on the way down. Oh boy, not a tree. Okay, solid landing. So here we are, guys. Now this won't be as in depth of a tour as my base was. Just gonna show you around a little bit. Right here we have a map. This is just to show you how far we were planning on expanding. But we have every build in Center City here, and it just looks so cool. The top of that tower right there, that is awesome. That is my friend No Lead. He built that up, and that is right here. So this is kind of where we can take off with our Elytra and land and stuff like that. And that roof design is awesome. I might have to steal that. Moving our way down, this is a Brabant's shop, I believe. You could do like interiors for you. You could hire him to do interiors, so that was super fun. And also concrete, I believe. This is one of my shops. I called it Sandy's. It's a place for sand. You can come in, get sandstone and glass and just some plain sand too, stuff like that. So I lived in a desert, so figured I'd sell that to these guys. Ooh, letting off a rocket again. Here we go to this shop. What is this? Noah's Knickknacks. Oh yeah. This shop is just full of random stuff pretty much. Oh my. He's selling skeleton horses. So this place, he'll just have random stuff in here whenever he's on. Look, he's got dragon's head in there, some diamond horse armor. Looks like, what's this? Oh, this is like a zombie curing kit. That's awesome. Nothing here. Oh, sold out. Probably someone bought it. And where you pay. So this is a cool shop. I like this idea a lot. He said he wanted to make like a wandering trader shop where he's pretty much just got random things like every week. So that's awesome. Just to the left of it, I built up a replica of an end city, actually with some shulker boxes on the outside with welcome to Purper City. Yeah, so you can basically buy purper and some endstone and stuff in there. We can move down the path a little bit more into the city, and this is a bakery. I called it the Bedrock Bakery, and you can come in here, you know, get different foods and stuff like that. So that is awesome. That supplied a lot of the food for us. And right over here we have a little bookstore, I believe. And please enjoy complimentary kelp with each purchase. What is this? Oh yeah, you can get some kelp blocks, I guess. But yeah, you have different levels of enchanted books and stuff, even cursed books in here. So that is cool. Right over here, what was this? I think this is a spider shop. Yeah, 1 diamond for a stack. Simple spider shop. Over here, this is one of my shops here. I was selling the bones and arrows from the skeleton spawner. Oh, I guess it's raining in this biome. Right over here, bones, arrows, pretty simple. And have a bow, because I just had way too many. Staying in the desert to avoid the rain, we can come down this path and get a good view of Brabant's build here at the bookstore. This was one of my favorites in here as well. We have our little slime shop. This was one of my stores too, the slime hut. Come in here, you pay here. Slime balls, 5 diamonds. Slime blocks is a diamond block. So, oh, I even have a diamond block in here. Look at that. Profits. So we can make our way down the path. Another one of my shops. I looked up this tutorial so I could build an iron golem. I thought that was really cool. You can come in here and get some iron. Of course, an iron door. And 5 diamonds. Look at that. More profits. See, I have some of the best stores here. Oh. Steely Dan. I forgot Steely Dan was running the shop for me. Thanks, man. Holding it down. Anyways, moving on here. This was No Lead again. I built up this T-Rex skull as like a little entrance here. We have some spawners down here, and I say that plural, spawners. And also, while I was down here finding those, this was a naturally spawned fossil. This was one of the coolest and like probably rarest rooms that I've ever seen in Minecraft. We've got a fossil over here, dug it out, make a nice grand room. you enter through the fossil. If you come over this way, there's a double spawner just next to it. We found this naturally spawned in a cave. I could see the bone block sticking out and the double spawner from standing right here. It was amazing. And I built up all of this room here, except no led to the staircase and the T-Rex head. We were thinking like maybe his head was up there and then this was like, you know, the body of him. So this was one of my favorite things in this world by far. Maybe one of my favorite things I've ever found, like ever playing Minecraft. I need to heal my Elytra real quick. That should last us for the rest of the tour. Moving on now, back down the path this way. That little monument over there, I believe has, what's that, lodestone? Yeah, I think we have a lodestone with some lodestone compasses so we could always get to Center City. There we go. And what's this book and quill? Not too sure, I'm not really going to go into that. But we can move on past our bone shop, and we have a little wool shop that I set up actually. I saw Waddles do this where he made an auto sorter for all the colors, and that's what I did. It's an automatic wool farm for every single color. All 16 get sorted into these chests over here, and it looks like this thing is still hanging on. And people can buy these just a diamond a stack because this thing will run forever pretty much. And this is the trading hall I had mentioned. Let's check that out. Coming around the front to the beautiful grand quartz pillars here to frame the door in. We have a bunch of villagers. We got clerics over here because we have all that rotten flesh from the spawner down there. Some stone cutters here, stone masons I mean, and these guys will buy stone from you. So that's a good trade to collect up some emeralds, and you could also get quartz and stuff from them. And of course we have a cat and our farmer guys back here. These guys will buy all my pumpkins and melons, which I have shulker boxes full of over here. And that's how I supply all my food. And this interior came out really well. You might recognize that chandelier there. We built that one in our storage building. And we just have a little upstairs balcony. Ender chest up here if anybody needs it. This is a good build to get some emeralds. And across from the storage building we have what looks like a little lighthouse, but it's actually a shop for rockets. Well, gunpowder I think. Come in here and yeah. This is all from my mob farm back at the base. 5 diamonds for it. Nothing really going on in the interior. But that is about it for Center City. Except I believe if we come over this way, the Stronghold is very, very close to here. I think we were trying to dig it out a little bit. Yeah, here we go. There it is. And that's the end portal room right there. You can see it. So the Stronghold was right where we decided to settle in, and we didn't even know the Stronghold was here. We just kind of found it, and that was very convenient. So this area not only has a double spawner with the fossil, also the Stronghold is very close. That just about wraps it up for Center City, and sorry that was more of a skim through, but this is going to be quite a long episode. So I'm going to grab this map here, and we're going to head off and also fly by the other world members' bases. And hopefully I remember where they are. So let's take off and into the distance, find our way to these guys, and I'll bring you guys back in when we get there. I see a path. I'm going to follow it. Okay, we are arriving at the first part of our friend Braban's base here. Let's see if I can land on this dark oak tree. And looks like it's kind of just an area for him to settle down, store things. He's probably got spawners around, farms and such like that. And not too sure what that is, but that's a beautiful lighthouse. I'm not sure if it serves a purpose or not, but I'm not too sure about the other members' bases because we don't really visit each other's all that much, but I'm going to definitely fly by all of the stuff that they have. But let's go down to these dock areas, actually. I do remember these. Let's see if I could make a smoothish landing. Here we go. Yeah, this is sort of what I was building in my base, where he's got a little dock going on here. And a bunch of shops. I like that. And the lighthouse is awesome. Props to that. So let's move on to the second portion of his base. If we follow along the path this way, we should find it soon. Here we are, guys. Wow, this is awesome. Look at the wall that he built around. That is so cool. And I love the use of the new nether woods. So let's find a landing and take this map out of our face. Let's try this tower here. Swoop on in. Perfect, and remove the map so we can get a better view of this place, because man, this is cool. Looks like he's got a little naturally spawned village in here. It's growing some flowers and stuff. I like it a lot. And this wall is a lot better than the one I was building. The sandstone wall is a lot, blends right in with the desert, but this sort of medieval look with the alternating crimson and warped wood, this is super cool. So shout out to Bray Bands on that. And I think we could move on to No Lead's base after this, but great job. Alright guys, we are here at the last base. We've got some of his bridges loading up. I know he used a lot of acacia wood, and here it is here. Oh wow, I forgot about Noah's base. The use of the acacia wood was really nice here. Let's see if I could find a good tree to swoop on. Ah, there we go. Okay, perfect. Let's get this map out and we can get a good view of this place. Fly around a little bit. And it might be a little laggy because I know for a fact that he has like 50 villagers living in here. So let's soar around a bit, see what we could find. And I know he's got an awesome house. Yeah, that is his house back there. Wow, look at this place. It's like an acacia castle. I don't even know. What do you build over here? I don't even know what this is. Wow, he did a lot. It's been a while since I've been in this world in general, but wow. The use of the acacia is so cool. I've said that so many times, but I forget what he called this place. I think it was Moonstone. And look at all that sugar cane. Oh my. Wow, this guy has been, he's been busy, huh? So those are both the bases of the other members of this world, and pretty much all of the world. And big props to Noah and Bray Bands. Wow. Hopefully I'm not the worst builder on this world. That would be a shame, wouldn't it? Back in a more familiar setting now, back in Surviving with niXcraft. I really hope you guys enjoyed that bonus tour there. I enjoyed making all these videos for you, and I really appreciate the 50 subs again. So thanks to everyone who made it all the way to the end of this. I know this was a long one. Took me a really long time to record too, so I would appreciate a like. Leave a comment of your favorite thing in either one of those worlds, or anything else you'd like to see, or just to say hi. I always like to talk to the people, so make sure you subscribe as well. Once again, my name is niXcraft. This has been episode 25. In the next one, I am planning on taking down that Ender Dragon. After flying around with my Elytra today in the other world, I really need an Elytra in this one so we can move on to bigger and better projects. So, once again guys, my name is niXcraft. We will see you real soon.